Hi all, welcome to my channel. In this session, let's see regarding the Alteryx and what are the tools that we are going to discuss here. So I'll be discussing regarding the input data, select tool, and the cleansing tool. So I'll show you all this with example. So this is the input data. And then let's look for the select tool. So here is our select tool. And then this is the data cleansing tool. So what are the functions of these tools? If you're not able to find it here, then you can just go and type in the search bar. Okay, so towards the top corner, you'll have the search and you can type for the tool that you need. Okay, so for this, I have taken an example or an input that is in the form of an Excel. Click on this, connect. So files, and then I'm just going to take the customer data as the input. Okay, so let me run this. So customer input is there. And so what does it contain? So when you click on the leftmost anchor, you can see this is the data that I have given. So this consists customer details, and there are around 50 records. So if we can see here, we have the customer segment, first name, last name, city, state, so on. So the latitude and longitude, there are nulls in the longitude. So we don't have any data for this column. And in this state, if we see, we can see some extra characters like the state CO, and there is a comma here. So there is a comma. So there are some other punctuations or the other characters along with the state. And if you see the city, there is a blank space or the white field in the initial position, and here if you see there is a blank space at the end. The cell has a trailing spaces. So if you just go and hover over this red mark, you can see the cell has leading spaces and the cell has trailing spaces. So these are some of the things that needs to be cleaned up. Okay, so this is nothing but data cleansing. Okay, first I'm going to show you what is the use of the select tool. Now I'm going to have linked the input with the select tool, and we can see the columns over here or the fields. Say I don't want the longitude, so I'm just going to remove the longitude. So what does this do? Since the longitude does not have any values in that, I don't want that column for the further usage. So I'm just going to remove it and run it. And if you see here, now, so the latitude is there, but the longitude is not there. And if you want to rename a particular field, say customer ID, store number, responder, first name, last name, so what are we going to do? Let's replace this latitude, LAT with latitude, the complete form. And I'll run this. Okay, we are getting this error because I have already placed a cleansing tool here. So the error is because of this cleansing tool. You can see a red exclamation, whereas we don't see any red marks here. So this is a successful run. And let me click on this. So now if you just scroll over, LAT is replaced with latitude. This is the functionality of select tool. You can select whichever field you want. You can change the data types and size, and you can even rename. So this is a function of the select tool. And let's see now the data cleansing. So this is the data cleansing. And here, what are we going to do? Data cleansing, remove the null rows, null columns, and we can select any particular field and we can replace it with a blank or with 0. And we can remove the leading and trailing white spaces, tabs, line breaks, letter, duplicate white spaces, and so on. And we have the letters, numbers, and punctuations we can remove. And then we can even modify the case, that is the upper and lower case. Okay. So let's click here. And what are the discrepancies that we saw? So let's go to the state. State, and we need to remove the punctuations. I'll just click on the punctuation and run it. And now it's a successful run. We don't see any comma in the state. Okay, so the state does not have any special characters or other characters. That is done. And let's remove the leading and trailing spaces in city. So where is the city? I'll click on city and I can go and remove leading and trailing white spaces. I'm just showing you one by one. You can do it at a stretch also. Okay. So there is no leading white space. We don't see any red marks here. Other than that, so we have null in the zip codes. So I'm going to replace the null in the zip code. So click on the zip code. I'm going to replace the null with zeros. Okay, replace the nulls with zeros and run the code. Okay, so the replacement of null with zeros is done. But we can see still here there are red marks. So why is this happening? And I can also see the commas here. We already removed it, but why isn't it reflecting here? So I'll just show you how to do that. So let's select the city and remove leading and trailing white spaces. Let's select the state and then state and then remove the punctuations. And then city replace with null. And then what are the other discrepancies we saw that we can handle here? And the store number also has a null, right? So where is the store number? So let me select even the store number. Okay, and run all this at a stretch. And now everything is done. So initially I showed you one by one, and now everything by hand, I have taken care of all the fields at a stretch. So we don't see any, so the null is replaced with zero in store number, and the city doesn't have any leading or trailing white spaces. The state doesn't have any comma here, and the zip code is replaced with null value. The zip code is replaced with zero, and then the latitude we have, but we do not have the longitude. So why is this red? You can see the display value is rounded to 6 decimal places per clarity. So that is the reason that is in red. Okay, so nothing else. So this is how we are going to use these tools, that is the select tool and the data cleansing tool. Take up your own examples for data cleansing, make some errors or make the data dirty and then try to clean it so that you can know the function of this tool. And the select tool, try to rename the fields and try to select particular field here, try to change the data tags, try to change the size. So these are the options that we have for these two tools. That's all for this video. If you have any doubts or questions, please write back to us. And if you like, please subscribe and share our videos. That's all. Thank you. Thank you for watching.